What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan, and if you're new here, hi, please be sure to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you're never missing out on when I post a video. A lot of you guys have been reaching out to me and asking me a lot of questions about Greek life, and the one big question that I keep getting asked is if Greek life is still going to exist on campus at San Diego State University, because some girl made a TikTok saying that Adela, the president of the school, is trying to abolish Greek life, and then I realized I never really made a video that just solely focuses on Greek life at San Diego State University. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be talking about Greek life at San Diego State University, what it is, what it's like, where it's going, what's the culture, what's the vibe, what's the scene of it, and yeah, so let's go. So at San Diego State University, there are 46 sororities and fraternities that are like recognized by the school, and then within that there's 4 different Greek councils. So you have your College Panhellenic Association, which is CPA is what we call it, which is your 9 sororities that you have that are like your social sororities, and then you have the Interfraternity Council, which is like the boy version of the CPA, so it's all the boy social frats, so it's like Pike, SAE, Theta Chi, all those ones. And then you have your National Panhellenic Council, and then you also have the United Sorority and Fraternity Council. Those 2 Greek councils I'm not really educated on, so I can't really speak to them. But in today's video, I'm just going to be focusing on CPA and the Interfraternity Council because that's what a lot of you guys ask me about. Within the CPA, we have 9 chapters. So we have ACHIO, Pi Phi, G Phi, DG, DZ, Theta, APhi, AGD, and KD. So those are the 9 chapters within the CPA. CPA does a formal recruitment in the fall semester, which is really, really nice because usually it's at the end of the first week of school. So it's a great time to get immersed into the social scene at San Diego State and just like make friends. And overall, it's really awesome. And I'm really glad that we do a fall rush rather than a spring rush. But in the spring, sometimes there is COB, which is continuous open bidding. Not every chapter always does it though. Sometimes it's only 1 chapter or 2 chapters or no chapters at all. It just depends how big the pledge classes were in the fall when they recruited. I have more videos explaining in depth the recruitment process for CPA, but in general, CPA's recruitment is just made up of 4 or 5 days depending on if they split like leadership day in 2. So you have leadership day, which is the first and sometimes also second day, and then you have philanthropy day, sisterhood day, and pref night, and then usually that ends on a Tuesday, and then you wait until Friday, and Friday's bid day, and that's when you find out what chapter you're in. So that's just a little brief recruitment little like breakdown. I have videos that go in depth about like outfits to wear and just like the process and what you should do and like how to prepare and stuff like that in other videos on my channel. But that's just like the simple breakdown of recruitment for the CPA side. On the fraternal side of things get a little more complicated with which chapters are like officially recognized by the school just because of stuff that goes down. But right now there's 10 of them that are recognized. I'm not a frat bro, so I don't know the whole process of it, but usually also they have a like recruitment thing in the fall, which is like super chill compared to the way girls do it, and it's basically just like kicking back, chilling with guys, throwing around like a football. They have like barbecue events and stuff like that. So usually they have their recruitment, whatever they call it, pledging, nope, that's once you're in the fall. And then they also, with frats, which is different than sororities at San Diego State, is they have a fall class and a spring class. Usually in sororities there is just a fall class, like pledge class. So that's just the frats and the sororities at San Diego State and just the recruitment little process. So I know when I was joining Greek life, I kind of just wanted to join for the social aspect of it, but I didn't really know what that entailed once I was actually like a member of Greek life and what events came along with that and opportunities came along with that. So there's date dashes or date dances that sororities hold, which are super fun. They usually have a theme, and you go to a venue and you get to bring a date along, or you can just bring a friend along, and you go to these venues for a few hours. You go on like party buses, which is so fun, and you just have like a little social hangout fun little thing. Then there's the more formal versions of that, which are formals, where you dress up more nicely and you once again get on party bus, go to a venue, you get to bring a date or a friend, whatever you want, and they're just so fun. And usually each sorority will have a date dash and a formal each semester. So in total throughout the whole year you'd have like 4 events, like social big events like that. Frats don't like hold date dashes. They do have formals sometimes where they'll like go to a different location like Vegas or something, and it's super duper fun, but they don't hold date dashes and stuff. That's kind of just the sororities thing. Another like social thing that is held between frats frats and sororities are like pre-parties. So if a frat is having a party, a sorority beforehand will get to like go earlier and like party with them and whatnot and just like get to know them, which is really fun when you're younger, because then you get to meet like the guys in the pledge class and like the frats before the whole party starts, and it's more like social and you get to know them better, and like that's where a lot of people meet their really good friends that are in frats, which is super duper fun. In regards to just parties in general, usually I'm speaking like non-corona time, there like is an event that you could go to most days of the week. I'm talking like Tuesdays through Saturday, like Sundays and Mondays there's not really anything. And what is really fun is in the past, usually parties are themed parties where like everyone dresses up to theme and it's just so fun, and the setups that the guys do are absolutely insane, like literally wild. All those guys are such talented like artists and engineers and like architects and all of that stuff, which is super duper cool. But as time has gone on and my college experience has gone on, SDSU has gotten much more strict about the party scene at San Diego State, and there's not as many like big parties with like massive setups and stuff, which is sad to see because they were just so fun. But that kind of goes into the question that I get asked a lot of, is Greek life ending at San Diego State? Is Adela like taking it down and all that stuff? And the answer is, who knows, honestly. She has been making moves to like make it more strict and have there be like more restrictions and regulations and stuff on Greek life, but like who knows if she has the power to like disband CPA and the Interfraternity Council. If nothing is done wrong, how can they disband that? And I always do think though that like sororities are a little bit safer than frats, usually like the frats that get punished for stuff rather than sororities. But like to once again be recognized by the school, like all the frats and sororities have to like be on a good social standing and like academic standing with the school. So obviously like if that went downhill, they would have rights, I guess, to disband it. But what I can say is that from what I've heard in the past of like what the culture at San Diego State used to be like in regards to like Greek life versus what it is now, it has taken like a sharp dramatic right turn down a cliff, like off the edge kind of vibe, because it has gotten a lot stricter. There are way more regulations. Some of the really fun crazy things that we used to do no longer exist, like even tailgates, like we're not allowed to tailgate anymore. So that's just illustrative of Adela being like way more strict with the Greek life at San Diego State University. I know the girl who made the TikTok, she was saying it's not the party school that you used to think it was, and I think that is really, really true. Going into San Diego State, when I would listen to what older kids had to say or just like online, it was always like San Diego State's this crazy party school. And honestly now I think it's like kind of just a normal college scene. Yes, there's still parties that are crazy, and like I once visited my one friend at another school and I was just like, oh, like this is your party scene. Like very interesting, very, very different. So I will say that like San Diego State, yes, we do party and like it's a very big part of our social life, but it's not this like wild, crazy party school that it used to be. So I do think that's in part of Adela's governing of our community, but like who knows if it's going to completely disappear. But the party scene is going down. So if you're one of those kids that like just wants to party, obviously you can find that at any college, I think, if that's like the one thing you're looking for. But I don't know, it's here for like the next few years. Like obviously if you're a freshman, I think it's still gonna be there by the end of 4 years probably. They can't like get rid of that fast, especially because like Greek life does give a ton of money to colleges, and it is like a great part of the community and the environment, and we do bring like a lot to the school. So I don't think they could completely like disband it. But going off of that, another thing that you are involved in once you join the Greek life community is like philanthropy events, which are super duper fun. Every frat and sorority has a philanthropy that they support and raise money for and hold events for, which is really, really awesome because you get to attend these really fun events that raise money for a great cause. For example, like G5's philanthropy is Girls on the Run, and then other ones are like literacy, or they're like cardiac care and stuff like that, and then they hold specific events for that. So like DG's is Donuts for DG. AFI, they have like a red dress gala. Pi Phi has Pia Pi Phi. G5 has like Phi Hop, and like frats will have like blood drives or car washes that raise money for their philanthropy. So that is really exciting because you get to do something fun with like the whole Greek life community, and you get to go and support one another while also raising money for a really good cause. In regards to how expensive sororities and frats are at San Diego State, I know for the girls' side, at least when you go through recruitment, they are required to give you a transparency sheet, which breaks down the financial obligations that you would have if you were to get a bid to that sorority and accept it. So that kind of just like breaks everything down. Off the top of my head, I want to say I pay like $1,000 Is that right? I don't really know. I know right now during Corona it's like $384, so I think it's like a third of what I usually pay. And then frats I think are like a little less expensive, and then between every sorority it kind of like differs a little bit. I know some are a little bit more expensive than others, and some have like fees where it's like, okay, if you want a backpack you have to pay extra, while other ones just give you backpacks for free and like silly little things like that. But I want to say usually it's like $700 to $1,000 for the whole entire year, or is it semester? I'm not really sure. But obviously if you have like financial concerns, I would still say to like go through the recruitment process, and then you can always talk to the finance chairperson. Why am I literally forgetting English? But you can always like talk to the girls in sorority to like get help, figure out scholarships, do like payment plans and stuff to just make it a little bit easier on you, because obviously it's so upsetting when cost is something that defers someone from being able to join the Greek life community. But there are people out there whose job is to help like support you so that you can potentially meet the financial requirements and be able to join. And then frats, I don't really know how they do it, but just pay your dues and stay on top of things, and that's that. Another thing about just Greek life in general that I didn't even think about when I joined, I know that, is that you do have mandatory meetings that you have to attend. Usually for every sorority it is on Monday, and then if you are a new member you have new member meetings also, which are either like Monday or Sunday. Some chapters do it for the CPA side of things. Guys also have meetings that they have to attend. For the girls also there's like formal meetings where sometimes you have to like get more dressed up and do a whole ritual thing before going into the meeting and whatnot. But usually it's just for like an hour or two once a week, so that's just like an obligation that you should be aware of. And yeah, that's that. So I hope that gave you a little more insight into Greek life at San Diego State University, and just like what it is, how to get into it, what's involved once you're into it, and just like the whole culture behind it. If you guys do have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to me in my Instagram DMs or in the comments of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If there is even like the tiniest desire in you to want to join Greek life, go ahead and do it. You can always drop whenever you want, but you know, it's better to join and give yourself that opportunity than to have never given yourself the opportunity and always be thinking like, oh, what if, or like, oh, I wish I joined. So that's all I have to say about that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and go Aztecs.